what it is, what's happening. So since I just had to heat a couple bolts up and I'm just gonna waiting for them to cool down a bit, I thought I'd share a video of what's going on today. So this truck is getting, this is a 97 F350 with a 5.8. It's here for exhaust manifolds. These things were pretty bad shape. Passenger side broke into 4 pieces. I think the 4th piece is under the truck. Driver side broke into 2 pieces. Had a couple broken bolts. 2 of them came out really easy. One must have been fixed before because when I got it out, I got a piece of a helicoil out, but I was able to repair that. So we're going back together. The studs actually, when I undid this manifold on this side, the studs stayed in the pipe, so I just got done cutting them off with a torch, and I'm just kind of waiting for that flange to cool down, and then I'll start putting the passenger side manifold on. Driver side's done. I know somebody's going to ask me about the bird. I have not worked on the bird in over a week and a half. It's still sitting here. Actually, tonight, when I get the manifolds on that F350 and it's done, I'm going to put some tires on this and roll it out because I need to lift for some jobs. I managed to put 2 of these are the wheels I'm going to run on the bird, I think. They were really tight to get in there. They're 235 70 15s. This car had 14-inch on it. Right now they're actually touching the quarter, but I think once it's on the ground, the rear actually moves up and back. I'm just worried about clearance in here. I had these wheels and tires. They were actually on my 59 Edsel. They were on my Edsel maybe 2 months, and then I ended up selling the car. The guy that bought the car did not want these wheels and tires. He wanted the original white walls with hubcaps, which was fine. So I kept these wheels, and I actually had these on my 53 Ford pickup, which I haven't driven on the road in quite a few years. These tires and wheels are literally brand new. So I thought about using them on this car. I'm a little worried about clearance, or as I like to say, clearance, when we let her down. It's pretty close in there. Like I said, I'm worried about here because as the quarter goes up, it kind of tapers in on an angle. This thing sits low in the rear when it's down on the ground. So once I button this thing up here in the next half hour, I'm just going to throw 2 of the stock wheels on the front and let it down and see what it does. I actually am going to have to make a cross member, so I'm just going to throw the old cross member in it for now, trans cross member. I'm going to have to make one for this car because if you remember, if you've been following me, I put a 302 with an FMX 3-speed trans in this car. So I'll have to do something with that. Dry shaft needs this much taken out of it. It is what it is, you know. I'm okay with that. My biggest thing is if these wheels and tires are going to work. If not, I've got another set of wheels picked out in my head that I want for this car, and I'll have to go with a smaller tire. Instead of dismounting these tires and switch them over to another set of wheels, I'll just put these back on the 53 and I'll buy the wheels that I wanted to buy for the 53. I'll just end up buying them for this car. It's what it is. I think the problem is the tire is just a little bit too big. I mean, a 235 70 is a pretty big tire for this car. They actually fit great on the Edsel. No rubbing, no problem on the Edsel. So I thought they would work good on here. They were really hard to get on the rear. I actually had to take and push the rear down a little bit to get them in there. So I'm a little worried once the car is down if it's going to rub or not. So we'll know in about an hour. I'll let it down and we'll find out. So it's about all that's interesting going on here at the shop. A bunch of stuff I towed in. I finally got the U-bolts for John's truck. It's hanging off the back of the wrecker. I just pulled it up here to the shop last night. If you remember, I put a rear and did a bunch of work to this 60 Ford pickup. So the rear's in it. I need to bleed the brakes. I did a bunch of brake work. A bunch of stuff in the front end that was loose. It's all fixed. So it's just kind of hanging here for the moment. I've got new U-bolts, and I'll put the shocks on the front. I need to bleed the brakes, and then I need to check the charging system. We don't think it's charging. The battery goes dead after a few times of starting and letting it run. So we might put alternator on it, get rid of the generator. Just try to modernize a few things on it, make it a little easier. You know, just normal breakdown work. Brought that up from the beach 2 nights ago. Passenger side wheel's literally falling off of it. I think the caliper's the only thing holding the wheel on. Wheel bearing's trashed. Looks like it trashed the hub, knuckle, and everything. So that cylinder head needs to come off of this nitro. And then there's some motor work here. And have not touched it. It is what it is. I was really hoping to do some. A couple pieces I was waiting for to come in did come in for it. So I could get the Crown Vic underneath the front of that thing. And then I still got the hurdle of what am I going to run for wheels on that thing when I'm done. That's the next thing. So hang out. Maybe I'll be right back here in a few minutes and we'll see what this thing looks like on the ground. Holler at you.